I can't. Oh no.
So this is my my disaster of an office, and the question is about my literary influences. So I thought I would just try to find some on my bookshelves. A lot of my earliest literary influences were poets, and a lot of those were Canadian poets. I did a lot of Can Lit courses at university. Al Purdy, the Canadian poet, probably one of the biggest early influences on me, and also I always say a really bad influence. No one wrote like Al for a good reason, and I wrote a lot of bad Al Purdy-ish poems in my 20s. Who else do we have here? People like Irving Layton, Leonard Cohen, local writers, Newfoundland writer, he's from Ontario originally, but John Steffler, terrific poet. Margaret Atwood, of course, was a huge influence early on. Don Mackay, Brahman Wallace. I don't know if you're getting any of this. And then there were fiction writers like, what do we have here? A New Brunswick writer named David Adams Richards was a big influence on me. Mavis Gallant, Alice Munro. Ondaatje, of course, was a big one. The collected works of Billy the Kid, one of my favorite books of all time. And the question of influence is one that changes all the time. My influences change all the time. Big recent influences, Cormac McCarthy has been a huge influence on me, I think. Also, kind of like Purdy, a bad influence in some ways. Somebody you had to get past. Marquez. Galore wouldn't have existed without 100 Years of Solitude. And a lot of what I did in Galore I stole directly from 100 Years of Solitude. And I'm supposed to talk about my 3 desert island books, which is kind of a ridiculous question, but I'll come up with 3. Love in the Time of Cholera, Gabriel Garcia Marquez. I think the best novel I've ever read, although it's been a long time since I've read it. And I talked about this, I was talking with Michael Winter about the question of quotation marks. This is his novel, The Big Why, which I think is genius. And one more. Let's take the selected stories of Mavis Gallant. I think she's one of the best short story writers in the world, of course. And not to be too much of a homer, but one of my recent favorites is